A man known by his surname since a young age, for a man who possesses prestige and wealth. There were always ugly rumors swirling around him that the Duke was a beast without blood or tears, and today I become the beast's bride. This is the first day of Nadia as Duchess, Nadia thought. What should I do? I am afraid that my body will tremble. If I faint on the first night, it will be a great insult. Why did he propose to a woman from a barren family? I did not wish for this kind of bad luck even for a moment. In fact, if he was from another Duke family, we would have been brave enough to pretend to refuse, but I don't dare to show my courage, and the opponent is very bad. My groom is a beast more than 2 meters tall, eating kids, and a beast that enjoys slaughter. Should I have at least looked at his face properly? But I never made eye contact because I was never ready. I am not even mentally ready yet. What should I say when he enters the room? He really came in. My husband whom I married today. Stay calm. Since I could not refuse the marriage proposal, I already had nowhere to run to. It's dark so I can't see his face. What did the rumor say? He is more than 2 meters tall. He has disheveled hair. Oh no. How can I stop hiccups? I should not humiliate myself in front of him anymore. Well, I have no words. Is he angry? On my first night, I had hiccups. I have to run away. But I am so scared. What does he say? Duke stated. Behind you. Suddenly, Duke catches the bottle and also grabs her. This is from Duke's perspective. And this is from Nadia's perspective. Nadia screams very loudly. Maids thought, what is happening? The Duchess's screams came from the room. Butler thought the door was already open. The next moment he was shocked. Duke thought from the first look everyone can see it's a suspicious case. Butler asked Duke, are you making your bride faint on your first day? Duke replied, it's not because of me. Let's go out and talk first. After some time, Butler said, it was that kind of story. Actually, I understand the Duchess's position. She got married to a man whose name she had only ever heard of, and since the opponent was the Grand Duke, there must have been a lot of pressure on her. But she still fainted. I guess this is due to your Highness's influence, Duke shouted. I never tried to scare her. No, I tried to scare her. Am I that scary? In fact, Luke was not born that way. Nobles chatted. The child is very cruel. The Duchess was kidnapped by rebels, and Duke tried to save her. To be left alone at such a young age, his future is going to be bleak this way. His grandpa came and stated, now you are the only remaining heir to the station. If we lose you too, our family will be over. From now on, I will inform you myself directly. If you prefer not to be weak, be a monster. Butler asked, are you asking me if you are scary? Are you looking for an assignment about this? Duke replied, yes, and feel free to answer honestly. Butler said, from my point of view, Your Highness, surely you look like a bear standing on its feet. Maybe you don't look like a bear, you look like a wild animal. Duke said, I don't care what others see, but I don't want to be considered a monster by my wife. Butler thought, what a mess, I have never felt this anxious before. And I can't help him either. I am a man who is popular with the opposite sex. Then he said, let me help you. Maybe there is a solution. First, let me ask you a few questions. What kind of person is the Duchess? Duke did not know about her. Butler asked, wouldn't it have been possible for you to have at least some interaction before you proposed to her? Then he thought, it won't work out like that. Let's lower the level of the question. You know her name, right? Then he thought, this is the lowest level one can reach. Duke replied, Nadia. Butler asked, have you married someone you have never had a relationship with before? Isn't this just a kidnapping? Duke said, there was no time. I could not stay in the capital for a long time. Butler spoke. However, there is one more thing. How embarrassed did the lady feel when seeing the Duke for the first time? If this happens, she will faint every time. It's already too late for you, but why don't you approach her slowly, like inviting your wife to dinner? First, call a skilled barber to cut your beard. Give her something she likes as a gift. After some time, Duke thought, although I feel sorry now, I did not expect to be accepted as soon as I proposed to her. The capital lemon strode is placed as a flower at the banquet every night. My senses become dull. When I look at the nobles, I don't even match the minimum. I feel infinitely stupid. If I stay in a place like this for too long, I might really lose my mind. I feel dizzy from the effects of alcohol. I don't know, but I don't want to think about anything anymore. Suddenly, a noble lady shouted, "Save me, a bear has appeared in the garden." Run, Duke thought. What is this now? If someone reports this, I just need to reveal my identity. I just want to lie down and rest. I will leave as soon as the effect of the alcohol wears off. The sun looks very warm at the moment. Now things are getting good. Nadia came and asked, "Excuse me. Are you okay? I have been watching you for a while. You fell to the ground and did not get up. Do you need help?" Duke thought. Because this sunlight is strong, my eyes. Nadia spoke. "Oh my God. You must be really sick. Should I call the doctor?" Her sister replied. "Stop. Please. Let's just go." Nadia said, "How can I do that? I can't leave him like this carelessly. He needs help." Duke thought, "You can just leave me, in this racist city. I never thought I would meet someone so nice." Nadia continued, "I will stay by this person's side. Sister, call the doctor, please." Duke thought, "People are flocking more and more. If I actually get a medical checkup now, the station will be very embarrassed like this." Nadia spoke. "My sister went to call a doctor. You will be able to get tested soon." Duke replied. "No, I am absolutely fine. This is not a big deal," Nadia stated. "You will be in danger if you become dehydrated. Come on, use this napkin." Duke thought, "Is she an angel? Is it really okay to take that?" Wait, our fingertips touched. The next moment, he started running away. Nadia asked, "Sir, where are you going?" "Wait a moment, you should not exaggerate it." After some time, Duke thought, "She called me sir. I have never heard anything like this in my whole life. But she, with that sweet voice of hers and this exquisite embroidery, it must have been her favorite handkerchief. However, she gave it to an unknown beggar. Does this mean that there are not only people like the crown prince in the capital, people who look out for their own interests and only care about their rights without knowing their duties? Unlike the ones I have seen since I was little, her goodness was clearly sincere. The more I thought about her, the more my heart trembled. Those letters next to the embroidery. So this is her name, Nadia. How can I meet her again? Next scene. The crown prince asked, "Why did you come here at night?" Duke replied, "Because the only person I can ask for advice is your highness. Are you good at dealing with women? If you are, then when you find a woman you love, what should you do then?" The prince replied, "I think I heard wrong. Who even is that woman?" Duke replied, "In fact, I only know her name. She is like an angel. I think it was love at first sight." The prince started laughing. Duke shouted, "I told you I am serious. Tell me, what should I do now?" The prince asked, "Okay. What do you want to do with that woman? If you met her again, would it be for fun? Do you want to continue a good relationship?" Duke replied, "Of course, it would be great if we could continue a good relationship." The prince said, "Then there is only one thing to do, propose marriage to her." Duke said, "I was just surprised. She doesn't even know who I am." The prince spoke, "As you said, she is an angel. If she is a really beautiful woman, she might already have a partner. If you propose and get approval, you can start dating. But if she refuses, it means she already has a partner." Duke thought. After listening to him, it just made sense. The prince asked, "What are you going to do now? Are you just going to wander around looking for love for the rest of your life, or will you face that challenge courageously?" Now back to the present time, Duke thought, what did he mean by that challenge? I should not have even listened to that bastard. I was happy when the marriage happened quickly. But if Nadia is really unhappy, what is the point of all that? Duke asked, "How is Nadia's condition now?" Anna replied, "Duke, I think you should see her immediately. Your wife's fever is getting worse, and she has not been able to wake up for a whole day already." Then at Nadia's room, Duke asked, "How is my wife doing?" The doctor replied, "She is not in good condition. Waiting is all we can do. Let's see what will happen tomorrow." Isn't the duchess from the capital? I think the long carriage ride must have put pressure on her body. Duke thought, It's definitely my fault too. Will she always get nervous next to me? It's also normal to be upset. I am sorry, Nadia. If I just said something that would make you happy, you would not have to feel such pain. After some time, Nadia thought, what, is there someone taking care of me? Are they my family? Oh wait, a bear. Then she screamed. It's a monster. The next moment, she thought, was this a dream? Maids came and asked, Duchess, we heard screams from your room. Was someone threatening you? Nadia replied, no, no, I just fell off the bed while I was dreaming. Then she thought, I really want to disappear, just leave the room, please. Is this how a duchess lives? Such generous hospitality. From the first night, things were a mess. It's been going on for a month now. They serve the most delicious food every day. I feel like I am in prison. During the past month, I have never met the Duke. That morning, my ring was missing. Is he planning something bad? I passed out the moment I saw him on the first night. Maybe he is mad because of that. Nadia asked, do you know where the Duke is? The maid replied, he is in the office now. Should I call for him? Nadia replied, no, please don't do that. Then she thought, I can't meet the Duke. I can't face him after that mistake. Just thinking about this makes me so nervous. Wouldn't it be better to just write a letter to my parents? I will ask them to help me apologize to the Duke, but that might fail the marriage. Next scene. The butler thought, that wavy blonde hair, and asked, Duchess, what are you doing here? Where are the maids? Nadia replied, I am just going to write a letter to my friend. There are a lot of rooms in this palace, so I lost my way. The butler thought, it would be dangerous for her to be alone like this. Should I take her to her room? But Duke said, give her whatever she wants. The butler asked, ma'am, if you don't mind, maybe I can help you find the room you are looking for. After some time, he thought, even though she accepted, I feel like she does not feel comfortable. Then he asked, why did you leave the maids behind? Are you okay? It's not important. Just wondering, is there something that worries you? His Highness asked me to take personal care of you. Then he told her, before some time, I asked him, where are you going? Your wife will wake up soon. Do you feel comfortable now? The Duke replied, that's why I am going. I don't want my wife to be afraid again when she sees me. Nadia thought, why isn't he angry with me? I have not seen him for a month. I just thought he was angry. Was he a more compassionate person than I thought? It's just that his appearance can be a little scary. The butler asked, what do you think of the Duke's visit? His Highness said that the new ring has arrived. When he found out that his wife had sensitive hands, he said he would remake the ring just for his wife. Nadia thought, what kind of person is the Duke? I have no idea what he is even thinking. But I am an adult now, too. If I could just escape from here. But with all the love he has for me, I don't want him to live like this without knowing the truth. Nadia spoke, I must do as you told me. Guide me to the Duke's room. On the other hand, Duke thought Jade said it is important for us to talk first. Isn't it foolish to rush blindly like this? Information is more important than anything else in wars where victory or defeat is at stake. But what is the strategy for that? This is not war or anything like that, Anna said. Your fist is stronger than a rock. How amazing. At this rate, you will destroy the mansion and will have to build another one. Duke replied, this is a serious matter. When will Jade bring that barber? If the barber does not come by tomorrow, I will shave it myself. After that, he thought, it's true that I feel more anxious as the days pass. It has already been a month since I left her alone. She won't get scared when I shave my beard. I am afraid that she will pass out when she sees me the next time, and her face becomes pale. Then he heard a voice, Your Highness, are you asleep? It's me, Jade. The next moment, Duke shouted, where were you? You said you would bring a skilled barber. How long will you make me wait? Suddenly, he was shocked. Nadia spoke. Excuse me, Your Highness, I am your wife. After that, Nadia thought, wow, this room is completely different from the one I sleep in. Doesn't it seem a little simple? Duke said. I know that this is not a comfortable room, but let's sit and talk. Nadia thought, I am really nervous now. What should I do? What should I say first? Duke asked. Would you like a drink? Maybe it's too strong for you, but it's all I have right now. Nadia replied, "Thank you," and thought, "I am already thirsty. Let's taste it." Then she started coughing. Duke said, "I will call for someone immediately to bring you some water." Nadia replied, "Okay." I am just amazed, and thought, I feel more and more relaxed. Then she spoke. "I came here because I wanted to talk to you directly. I was supposed to meet you a long time ago. But I just couldn't. I wanted to apologize for what I did that day." Duke replied, "You don't have to apologize." Nadia said, "No, I passed out on our first night, so you have the right to get angry. At that time, I had been preparing for the wedding for a long time. I was nervous because I was meeting a lot of guests then. It's not because I am afraid of you. I will apologize," Duke replied. "To be honest, I was not angry at all." Nadia asked, "Then why did you refuse to see me? You can be honest with me. Just say that you don't want to see my face because you hate me. You came into my bedroom without even knowing the matter." Duke stated, "This is not true. I won't hate you, no matter what you do." Nadia continued, "But as your new bride, I did nothing but act shamefully. Do you regret this marriage? Everyone said you do not care who the bride is, because you just wanted to get married." Duke spoke, "That's not true. Because I really want you. I only wanted to marry you." Nadia asked, "So I am really your wife? But after I became your wife, why did you do that? I always imagined that you would ask for a divorce. I don't want a divorce." Duke spoke, "Divorce? No. I am sorry for leaving you alone all this time. But I always felt like you were afraid of me, so I wanted to give you enough time to get used to me. I did not even think about divorce, and I was not even angry at you. If there is someone who should apologize, it's me." Nadia thought, "This touch is somewhat familiar. Impossible. Was it not a dream?" Then she asked, "Your Highness, have you ever been in my room?" Duke replied, "I went there once when you were ill. I could not leave you alone while you were sick. I am sorry I was rude." Nadia thought, "So this was not really a dream, taking care of me while I was sick and changing wet towels. It was the Duke who was by my side. He must take good care of me." Duke stated, "Since the misunderstanding has been resolved, what about going back to your room? It's already late." Nadia asked, "Do I really have to go to my room? If we are really a couple, shouldn't we share the same bedroom too?" Duke said, "Before that, hold on. For the fact that I took your ring, I brought you a new one. My wife's ring did not fit her well. It seemed to bother you. Although it's very late, if you are okay with it, will you accept it now?" Nadia thought, Jade was right all along. He really cares about me. I was afraid of him at first, but now I know for sure he is not the person who will hurt me. Nadia spoke, "I think I will be fine if I lay down for a while." Duke thought, "My wife wants to lay down on my bed. What is the correct response to her request?" Nadia spoke, "Aren't you tired? Come sleep next to me." Duke replied, "Just because we are married does not mean we have to share the same bedroom." Nadia stated, "But my parents were like that, and also it's unfamiliar to me here, so it's annoying to sleep alone." Duke asked, "What do couples who sleep together do? Do you know anything?" Nadia replied, "Well, what happens between couples if they sleep together and they hug each other while sleeping?" Duke did not expect this. Nadia asked, "Are you okay? Your skin looks pale. It seems like you are tired too. You will feel better if you sleep next to me. You won't send me back to my room again." Duke replied, "Of course." Then he thought, "Are you crazy? Luke, you have bad thoughts towards your innocent wife. Let's just be patient. I have to endure it." The next morning, Nadia woke up and thought, "Where is he? It was so clear Duke was hugging me. Now that I am his wife, wow, my husband, it's just one word. I can't believe that I feel at rest and happy at the same time because of that word. That sudden marriage was a burden on me. It was really scary, but I had just judged him based on his appearance. Duke understands me well, and instead, he apologized to me. Also, his voice was really nice. How brave he is." After some time, the maids asked, "Are you okay?" Nadia replied, "Yes, I feel refreshed and relaxed after a good night's sleep. I slept while hugging the Duke last night. Actually, this place was so unfamiliar that I was a little scared, but thanks to the Duke, he makes me feel comfortable. One of the maids asked, "Did anything else happen?" The other one stopped her and spoke. "I am glad you had a good night's sleep." Nadia thought, "The maids always treat me kindly. Maybe I misunderstood them, because I did not have enough time to get to know them. I will become friends with the people here." Then she said, "I will eat well. Maybe we can have a cup of tea together if you like." On the other hand, Butler thought, "You finally slept with your wife. Your Highness, what happened? I wonder, he has not shaved his beard yet." Then he asked, "How have things come to this extent? Finally, you slept with your wife," Duke stated. "You arrived at the right time. Follow me to the training grounds." Then Duke told him the whole story. Butler said, "All right, but first calm down. There is some good news. Didn't you ask for my help before? I finally found the best barber in town and brought him." Duke asked, "Barber? That person behind you? Do you mean the one who fainted when he saw me?" "Step aside." Butler asked, "What are you trying to do?" Duke replied, "Don't worry. Just get out of my way, and stop looking for barbers. They won't even stand a chance against me. I don't need them." Next scene, Nadia thought, "Since the night I slept with Duke, he hasn't returned to the room for a week. Was I really a burden to him? That day I was very drunk. Maybe something happened that I don't remember, but was it really my fault? I'm sure Duke hugged me warmly, and he seemed sincere. I don't want to be alone like this. I need to talk to the Duke in person." On the other hand, Duke thought, "Should I hide from Nadia? It's been a week already. I thought we could be closer since the last time, but as always, nothing else changed. But with this beard, I don't have the courage to stand in front of her. Damn it. Why didn't I listen to Jade?" Suddenly, he heard Nadia's voice asking, "Duke, are you inside?" Duke replied, "Please wait a moment," then said, "You can come in now, my lady." He thought, "Why did she come to my office now? Am I dreaming?" He asked, "My lady, what brought you here to my workplace tonight?" Nadia replied, "I am sorry for visiting you while you were working." "Well, there is nothing specific, but," Duke thought, "impossible. Did she come to see me?" Nadia continued, "Also, because I was feeling bored. I love embroidery, but lately, I have been embroidering all day. I even went for a walk, and time passed quickly, but for no reason. I don't know what to do either." Duke thought, although the duchy is really nice, it's not equipped with cultural facilities like the capital. Plus, she doesn't know anyone here. I think she had to spend a lot of time alone. I am really ashamed. I can't believe I failed to consider Nadia's situation when she was alone. Nadia asked, "Is there anything I can do? What is the Duchess supposed to do in the castle? My mother said I should take responsibility for managing the castle. But will I even be able to do a good job?" Duke stated, "The castle is managed by the butler and the head maid, but there is something only you can do. Whenever there is something important in the castle, won't you make decisions together? You are my wife, and now your wishes are my wishes." Nadia said, "Thank you for listening to me. Well, actually, there is another reason I came to you, because I have been alone all the time. I thought I wanted to meet you in person. I miss you so much." Duke thought, "Really?" and said, "Wait." Looking at her in a bright place, he noticed, "My wife's nightwear became quite clear. Was your nightwear originally this thin?" Nadia shouted, "Duke is bleeding." "Your nose is bleeding," Duke replied. "I am fine," and thought, "No, from her looks, it's clear that she is scared." Nadia asked, "Are you okay? How did that happen? What are all these scars?" Duke replied, "Because it seems you are afraid of the beard. I got hurt while trying to shave myself. But I was afraid you would be even more scared if I appeared before you like this." Nadia asked, "So you stayed in the office like this for a week? You should not have done that. Duke, you are my husband, and I am not afraid of you anymore." Duke spoke, "However, I will get a new barber next time, because I want to become someone who suits you even a little." Nadia stated, "Although I am not a professional barber, if it's okay with you, do you want me to trim your beard for you?" Next scene. Jerinos asked, Don't you think His Grace has been acting strangely these days? Anna replied. Really, His Grace has been acting strangely for more than a day. The butler came and said, Everyone, please wait a moment. You should not go to the office. The things you have in your hand, please give them to me. Duke came and asked, I wonder why it took so long. Jade, will you defy my orders now? Come on. Give me the tools. Butler replied. I can't put a sharp tool in your hand again. Duke asked, What nonsense? Do you think I'm a 6-year-old child? If you don't want to fight, then don't bother me and step aside, Anna said. This is really interesting. Duke shouted, Don't make me more frustrated. Give it to me right away. Nadia came and asked, Duke, what is happening here? Are you fighting with your assistant? Duke replied, A fight. Jade was about to fall, so I just grabbed him. Then Duke spoke. Nadia said she would help me with the shaving. Nadia also said, Yes, my skills are not very good, but I helped my father and brother with shaving once, and I want to help Duke too. Jade replied, Well, that's really good. I also came to give him the shaving tools. Jade thought, I just realized that day, with certainty, that my concern about the relationship between couples was just a waste of time, and it's better not to interfere between them again. After some time, Nadia thought, When I used to help my father or brother at home, it was just for fun, like playing at home, but it seems different now for some reason, the person who seemed so big and scary. Duke thought, It looks like this is in my hands, so I will surrender completely to everything, and despite this simple act, why does it feel so intimate? Nadia spoke, I am done. Anna said, I can't believe I am seeing your face like this for the first time in 9 years. You look exactly like your father. Nadia thought, I could not see him properly because I was focusing on the shaving. What does his face really look like? Duke stated, Thank you, Nadia, because you helped me with the shaving. I would not have become like this again without my wife. Then he thought, She seems a bit tense. Is it because she's embarrassed? Suddenly Nadia fell on the floor. Duke asked, Are you okay? Nadia replied, Yes, I am fine. Then thought, What should I do now? He doesn't seem like Duke, but it's like I am seeing him for the first time. I am extremely nervous. Duke spoke. I never thought it would be so strange. Nadia said, No, really, it's okay. It's not strange, just unfamiliar. Then thought, What if Duke misunderstands? I really want to tell him that it's okay. Then she kissed him on his cheek. Nadia stated, That's not strange. It's rather extremely wonderful. I am done now, and ran away. Duke asked, Did you see that? Is this reality? How can such a nice and beautiful person like her exist? Impossible. Anna asked, What is the deal with the kiss between couples? Didn't you do more than that? Duke replied, What are you talking about? What is the value of that now? It's Nadia's first kiss to me. Anna asked, Impossible. Didn't you do anything before this kiss? Duke replied, Well, is there any issue with that? I have no intention of harming my innocent wife. If she does not want that, I will be content even if she kisses me for the rest of my life. Anna thought, Don't you know what the problem is? What is this sound? You two are a married couple. Right. After some time, Anna spoke. Jade, gather your closest friends. We need to hold an emergency meeting immediately. It's about Duke and his wife, regardless of how quickly the marriage was arranged. I can't believe he has gotten to this point without knowing anything about marriage. If this situation continues, I may never see an heir in my lifetime, unless his wife deliberately avoids it. I need to find a way to tell them naturally about married life. On the other hand, Nadia in her dreams saw her friend Reina ask, Aren't you eating too much? You have already had dessert. You eat without thinking. Well, you don't have to do what I say. James spoke. Nadia sometimes looks like a little girl, especially when she eats that way. Reina spoke. Yes, I mean she doesn't even have a fiancé. She will marry a beast. Nadia woke up and thought, It was a dream. I guess I fell asleep without realizing it. I was definitely waiting for Duke. Then Duke came and asked, How are you? Nadia replied, I am well. Duke asked, By the way, you haven't slept. Nadia replied. I am not sleepy yet, Duke said. Then I will bring something to eat. After listening to you, it also made me a little hungry. After some time, Nadia said, I dreamed a while ago about some friends from the capital. Actually, I did not have that many friends, but they were my childhood friends. Duke thought, it is strange. Nadia's friends should have come to the wedding. I certainly did not see them on the guest list. Nadia asked, we both like dessert, and I can go to the kitchen to make some if you don't mind. I am not very good at it, but I feel very happy when I prepare them. Duke replied, I will tell the kitchen employees to let you do whatever you want. Then he thought, doesn't she mind if she gains weight even if she eats a lot of desserts? She looks small and happy, her face and her lips. How did it feel when we kissed? Where is the moment? Wake up, Luke. He spoke. I am sorry. I am a little sleepy. I did it without realizing it, Nadia stated. Let's go to bed. Duke thought, I can't say anything. I have to calm down. Didn't you decide today? I said it was okay if we just kissed for the rest of our lives. I must imagine a calm ocean. Nadia spoke. You must tell me I am annoying to you, Duke thought. The meditation failed after 3 seconds, and replied, not at all. You are buoyant. Then he thought, my wife is wearing just a piece of silk now. Don't look. If you look, you will seem shameless. Nadia thought, how weird. I feel empty. Is it because it's the first time I have had a partner? There is no doubt I used to think I would spend every night with my husband. A couple must share a room and must hug each other. My parents used to say that. My master, my friends, nobody spoke to me properly about marital life. There must be a reason why I feel this way. If no one tells me, should I find out on my own? At the same time in the conference room, Butler spoke. What you ordered just arrived. Anna asked, are you sure it's the right size? Butler replied, yes, but can we show that to the Duchess? Anna replied, we can't help it. Aside from the meeting, there is no other way to let the Duchess know this, that's all. On the other hand, Nadia thought, what? I feel like I'm hugging something warm. The surface is hard and soft at the same time. It feels good. This pillow is very hard. Why, what? Then she screamed. Duke said, I am sorry. I scared you. Nadia replied, I was not surprised by your face. But were you watching me while I was sleeping? I have a bad habit when I sleep. I did not hit you while sleeping, did I? Duke replied, no way. I slept pretty well. I didn't even dare to wake you up. Nadia asked, you won't be late for work because of me? Then she thought Duke said everything was fine, but I know it's not like that. Wouldn't it have been very difficult for him to be stuck to me all night? It must have been hard having me on his chest all night with my weight. Nadia asked Duke, are you okay? I am sorry. It must have been very hard for you. Duke replied, it's not like that. I am fine. You do not have to worry about me. Then he thought, it's true that I could not sleep due to Nadia, but it's because I was trying to avoid touching her. Then he said, I must go now, my wife. I am sorry, but I don't think we can have breakfast together. Nadia replied, don't worry about me and go to work. Do not forget to eat. You must be great today. Next scene, Duke thought, she doesn't know the real reason why I could not sleep. I could not close my eyes all night, especially when Nadia approached. At that time, I thought she would be surprised if I said anything or opened my eyes. But this is not our first kiss. Still, I am very happy. Everything is fine as long as she is happy. I made our barrier disappear and we got a little closer. I don't want to scare Nadia and make her stay away from me for nothing. However, she is very seductive. In the future, will I have to live like this forever? I should talk to Jade. After some time, Anna asked, the butler and the commander of the knights said they wanted to visit you today. Does that bother you? Nadia thought, the commander of the knights, his appearance was a bit. No, I said I was not going to continue judging people by their appearance. A scary person can actually be very sweet. She replied, it's all right, but I'd like to stop by the kitchen before I meet them. What time is it? Anna replied, you can look at the clock yourself. Nadia thought, is that something I have not seen before on the fireplace? Is that a watch? It looks like there is something drawn on it. They don't seem to be just numbers, she asked. Is that? Anna also asked, what is wrong? Duchess, Nadia thought, why didn't he see the watch? But I can't explain this to her myself, and said, I am going to get some fresh air. Anna said, should we go out together? I was just about to show you a piece of art that just arrived. The next moment, Nadia asked, what is this? Anna replied, it is a sculpture modeled after the protagonists of a famous novel. Would you like to give him some rope? Nadia asked, what? Why? Anna replied, when you do, the statue moves. Nadia thought, does it move? Why? What is the reason? But I am very curious. I think this is quite uncomfortable. The next moment, she was shocked. Anna asked, what do you think? I commissioned it because it is a very popular piece. Nadia thought, popular? This is part of state culture. Anna asked, are you okay? Nadia replied, I am a little dizzy. Anna thought, was this too much for her? It seems that she is very surprised by the clock and the statue. Nadia thought, it's strange. Why? Why does the face on the sculpture remind me of him and the woman in the statue? Anna said, Madam, you would better think about other things for the moment. Why don't you calm down while you prepare some desserts? In the kitchen, she thought. What should I do? I still feel uncomfortable even making some desserts. Why do I keep thinking about Duke? It's all because of the watch and the sculpture. Was it because the statue's face looks like Duke? Why the hell? That scene does not leave my head. Could they have done it on purpose? If he kissed me like that, would I feel good? Maids came. A maid asked, Lady, haven't you calmed down yet? Actually, we saw you fall earlier. We heard that the sculpture of the life of the Countess has just arrived, so we were about to go see it. Nadia thought, the life of the Countess, isn't that the book Leah used to read every day? But when I asked her if I could read it, she replied, you will read it when you are older. Nadia asked, do you like that book so much? The maid replied, yes, I have 10 of them. It's a pretty popular adult novel. Nadia thought, was it for adults? She said, well then, could you lend me that book too? The maids replied, well, what would happen if you faint while reading it, madam? That book is a bit. Anna came and said, excuse me, Duchess, the captain of the knights and the butler are ready. You should get ready. After that, Nadia said, it's really beautiful. Anna thought, she is a simple and kind person. The maid said, it looks amazing. Nadia replied, it's weird because I only wear such clothes once in a while. Duke came, and Nadia thought, everyone must call Duke His Excellency. No, I should not think about him when I have not yet clarified my thoughts. Duke said, I have come to escort you if you are still preparing. Nadia replied, no, Duke, you must be busy, but you even came to visit me. That makes me very happy. Then she thought, he is not saying anything, what should I do? Duke stated, you look gorgeous, so beautiful that I can't stop looking at you. I don't know how to describe what I feel. Would you give me your hand? Anna thought. Duke is using the word beautiful, this is a miracle. Nadia thought, he used to look like a beast. Then she said, oh my, it's already late. Everyone must be waiting. Duke thought, is she avoiding me? Is it because of the funny way she slept last night? No, don't tell me that. Did she catch me having insidious thoughts despite being my wife? Nadia thought, I am sorry for being so cold, but every time I see his face, I remember the clock and that statue. Duke paid me a lot of compliments. I really want to give him a hug, but I still feel confused. While I am dressed like this, I just get nervous because I keep remembering bad things, like the fear I felt during my wedding or when I fought with my friend. Then she remembered Raina shouting, are you wearing the same dress as during my birthday? Everyone is going to compare me to you. Are you trying to take the place of the protagonist of this day? Nadia replied, it's a misunderstanding. I can explain everything. Raina shouted, there is no need. You pretend to be innocent to get attention. I hate you. Duke asked, are you okay? You do not look well. Nadia replied, I am fine. Duke said, like me. Everyone will like you. Next scene. After the introduction, the head of the knights asked Anna, why did you bring these cookies? None of us like sweet things. Anna replied, oh my. Don't you like them, even if the lady spent all morning baking these cookies? Nadia said, Sorry, I did not know you don't like sweet things. The head of the knights replied, No, I mean they are too good. I was just trying to joke around a bit because they don't really fit my taste. Actually, I do like cookies. Duke stated, Don't make so much noise suddenly. My wife might be shocked. Thank you for caring so much. Your cookies are adorable. Nadia thought, I am sure he does not like sweet things, but they are still eating them just because I made them. What should I do? This is too much. Duke asked, What is wrong with you? Is it because of him? Nadia replied, No, I am very grateful. And I am very happy because you are trying hard to be warm to me. Then she thought, Really, they are all kind people. I am so happy. Duke asked, Is it hard for you to stop crying? So we should go somewhere quieter for a while, just the two of us. After some time, Duke asked, Have you calmed down a bit now? Don't worry about what happened at that time. Let's take a break now. Nadia replied, Sorry, and thought, Duke is too sweet. What is wrong with me? I can't believe I imagined my husband that way. Duke said, I am really sorry, my wife. But you have done a good job. Didn't they prepare a gift for you? The servants said that you were surprised by their sincerity. Nadia thought, What should I do? I feel bad for him, and said, Thanks, and thought, I like this too much, then replied, I am sorry. Duke thought, Why are you apologizing? I never tried to calm a crying woman. I saw people crying because they were scared seeing me. But I did not come close to calming them down. I am worried about doing something wrong. I could end up hurting her more. Nadia again said, Sorry, I ruined it. Duke thought, I must be brave this time, then stated, No, you are really amazing. It's all right. Everything is fine. Then he thought, It's too close. If my nose bleeds again, I need to change the subject. Duke said, I have a gift for you. It's a gift I was going to give you after tea time. I don't know if you will like it, Nadia replied. It's impossible not to like it because it is Duke who gave it to me. You chose it for me. Duke said, Then I will go put on something more comfortable, and thought, Let's go back for now. If we continue this close, I think I could kiss her without realizing it. In the next scene, Nadia stated, I would like to study more about Staten. I will live here for the rest of my life. I think it would be a bit difficult for me if I did not learn anything about this place. I want to help Duke and others. Anna replied, I think it's a good idea. To be honest, I have prepared a gift for you. It will take some time to find some books for you to study. Why don't you read this in the meantime? Nadia thought, That book, Relief of the Countess, I finally have it. I can read it now since I am an adult. How good will it be? The next moment, Duke came and said, I wanted to escort you myself. The riding clothes look good on my wife. Nadia thought, Isn't Duke's face a gift? The maids told me. My wife really enjoys horseback riding. Nadia replied, Yes, I love horse riding. After some time, Nadia asked, Don't tell me it's for me. Duke replied, Yes, that's the gift I wanted to give you. Nadia said, You remember what I like to do. I am very happy. Jade said, Why don't you go out for a ride with just the two of you as a wife and husband? You can let your wife go out alone. Does that sound good to you? In the next scene, Duke asked, Don't you feel uncomfortable? I heard that in the capital, they use birds. Nadia replied, Isn't it more comfortable this way? It's easy to run like this because it's more comfortable. I am so grateful. Duke stated, You don't have to thank me. Actually, I want to apologize to you. Actually, you were brought here by force, your family, your friends, you had to leave them behind. Nadia asked, Didn't I marry you? Duke said, But this marriage was not something you wanted. It may sound like an excuse. No, it's not an excuse, but I did fall in love with you at first sight. That's why I proposed to you. I never thought of using my status or my family name. I did not know if that was going to put pressure on you. Nadia asked, Do you love me? Shall we meet before? Duke said, I can't see that even if I die, and replied, That's not important. Now I want to apologize to my wife. I am sorry I forced you to get married. Nadia spoke, Well, at first I was surprised and scared, I did not know what kind of person you were, and this place was too big and unknown. Besides, I got sick as soon as I arrived at the castle. I had a fever and had no one to turn to. I kept crying, but you were actually next to me, Duke replied. It's natural because there is no husband who does not worry about his sick wife. Nadia continued, I felt so grateful. The process was a little surprising and scary, but now I am happy. I feel lucky to have met you, because you are a sweet and kind person. Then thought, I did not imagine Duke could be like this, but he was actually a good person, and now, do I ever like Duke? Suddenly Duke said, It's late, why don't we go back now? It's almost time for dinner. The others will be waiting for us. Then thought, if Nadia comes to me first, I have no reason to avoid it. However, if I keep doing this, my lower body will show, so that bastard should not have said anything useless. In the next scene, Duke said, It was a success. I apologized, which I had been thinking about the whole time. Jade asked, So what is the problem? Duke stated, The problem is that she thinks I am a kind person. I have dark thoughts about her. I have decided we need to prevent something like this from happening in the future. The letter cutter on the desk. Give it to me, I will get rid of it. Jade shouted, No, you can't, Your Excellency. Are you planning to cut the line here? Your wife would not want Your Excellency to get hurt. There must be another way. Why don't you train a little? I am talking about clearing your mind by spending time outside. At the same moment, in a bedroom, Nadia thought, I never thought I would read my favorite book like this. After I finish reading this book, I have to write a letter to my family that Duke is actually nice. But the content from this book, isn't that a strange thing? After some time, maids came and said, Duchess fainted. Nadia replied, I am fine. I just felt a little dizzy. Then thought, is that what you mean by an adult novel? The fact that a couple lies in bed and sleeps in each other's arms, isn't that literal? What did Duke think of me? Then she asked everyone, There is something I would like to ask. This is definitely not something about me. By chance, if you were to get married, what would you think if your wife, or rather your husband, was really pure? Maids thought, she is talking about herself, then replied, I don't know. Wouldn't that vary from person to person? Nadia spoke. But even though I was so ignorant, I waited silently. I am so ashamed. I am sorry. A maid said, It's all out of consideration for the other person. You don't necessarily need physical contact, but if you could not do anything because you ignored it, how about you approach more proactively in the future? Nadia thought, according to this book, Duke and I were never really a couple. Besides, I want to try something. There are also things I want to try. It's not like a goodnight kiss from my parents or my older sister. What would it be like to receive a kiss similar to the one in the book? I am curious about Duke's reaction. Can we feel better together? How do someone else's lips feel? Nadia spoke. Can I ask you a favor before you go to sleep? How can we be more active? I would like you to tell me in detail. After some time, the maid said, All done. It's perfect for spending a romantic night together. I am sure His Grace will be pleased as well. He might destroy the manor when he sees you. Nadia thought. They helped me even though it's already late. It's a good thing I asked the two of them for help. After that, Nadia thought, what do I do now that I am waiting for him? My stomach is all tied up in knots. When Duke comes back, maybe tonight we will have our first kiss. Should I wait for him in this pose? Or this pose? When he comes back, I will approach him first this time. The next morning, Nadia thought, it's already morning. Where is Duke? Did he leave after talking by the bedroom? Then she asked, Have you seen His Grace? I was waiting for him all night. Anna replied, You must not have heard. His Grace left to go mountain training last night. Nadia thought, the training that even people in the capital gossip about. That is very hard training. Even some rookie knights don't make it back alive. Anna told her, There is no need to be concerned, my lady. Mountain training is not overly dangerous. The rumors at the capital have been greatly exaggerated. He will be back no later than the day after tomorrow. Nadia thought, All right, this might even be for the better. I will get everything ready and surprise Duke once he comes back. 3 days later, Nadia thought, It's been 3 days, but there is no word from him at all. I dressed up and practiced every night. Did I do something wrong? I miss him so much. Suddenly, she saw knights and thought, they are marching inside. After that, Nadia said, your training is over. Right, where is Duke? Jade replied. I will explain to you right away. Before that, please put this over yourself. Nadia thought, oh no, I ran over here in my pajamas. Jade stated, I have something to tell you, my lady. We are the only ones who have returned from the training this time. I think one of the knights went missing, so His Grace went to help them without a moment of hesitation to save everyone. But while pulling up the last knight, His Grace fell from the cliff. You must not worry too much. He knows the area, Nadia asked. Then what about his rescue? Jade replied. We will put together a rescue team right away. We returned because the situation was dire at the time. Nadia thought, I want to join in on Duke's rescue. But how can I possibly do that? I am obviously just going to get in the way. Then she remembered her friend saying, Nadia does seem like a child sometimes. Leave this to me. You are still young. Nadia then thought, no, forget about it, and spoke, please find Duke. Jade replied, of course, my lady. We will return with His Grace no matter what. After some time, the maids thought, look over there. The Duchess is looking out the window all day long. Should we tell her the truth, that His Grace will be perfectly fine even if he falls off a cliff? They asked, are you all right, my lady? Nadia replied, the truth is, I want to go and help everyone look for Duke. I know I am only going to get in the way. Pathetic, isn't it? The maids told her, that's not true. You will be a good help. His Grace might be gravely injured, which means returning with you will lend him more strength than anything else. Just as you are worried about His Grace must be worried about you too. In the next scene, Jade spoke. We cannot let you come with us. The maids told him, come here for a moment, then said, to be honest, he fell into a ravine last time yet he returned without a scratch. He must be close to the manor by now. If you and the Duchess find His Grace, you will be able to witness a tearful reunion. Besides, shouldn't we find him as soon as possible? The Duchess has been studying to do this and that with Duke every night. Jade spoke, I did not think properly. I think the horse you were gifted could really come in handy. On top of that, your love and concern for His Grace are truly touching. Please join us in the search for His Grace. After that, Nadia stated, everyone, sorry to keep you waiting. Let's get going. We have to find Duke as soon as possible. Jade spoke, see, the Duchess is more serious about it than we are, so we are not going to pretend to look for His Grace. We are going to save him today. Next scene, Nadia thought, why did it stop? It's as if it spotted something. Wait, over there, His Grace's button is on the ground. Jade thought, how could there be a trace of him so close by? The training ground was not that far away. Normally, he would have already made his way back by now. But what if he went the wrong way? Jade stated, everyone, let's go a little further. His Grace might have headed further inside the forest instead of heading to the castle. After some time, a person asked, what should we do? Another replied, those people must be stationed knights. Why did we have to bump into them when we have come so far? Head Knight asked, is something wrong, my lady? Nadia replied, I thought I felt people nearby. The next moment, an arrow came toward them, and Jade saved her. The Head Knight said, protect the Duchess. We are under attack from what remains of Eames. One of them asked, what should we do? Another replied, every knight from station is our enemy. Leave the women and kill the other two. Nadia thought, what is going on? I had heard that Eames was a house that did not exist anymore. Please wait, Jade shouted her name. After some time, Nadia thought, where am I? Should I go back to Jade and Grey? Or should I look for Duke? What if Duke also found himself in this situation? Will I be able to find Duke on my own? But if I return to Jade now, I will only get in the way. I was nothing but a burden when I was with them. Why am I like this? For now, I need to find some place to stay for the night, something like a small cave. There is a light inside. That can't be those ruffians' base, can it? First, I will look inside carefully. If I stay in the terrain like this, it will be dangerous. The next moment she was shocked. Duke was injured. The day the Duke went missing, in the North Forest, Duke was extremely hardy. He thought, I am glad I managed to save the rookie, but I will get lost if the rain keeps pouring like this. More worrying. I left Nadia all alone. She might already be worried about me. I have been to this forest numerous times. I just need to recall my childhood memories, if I find the path that grandfather and I used to take. Anyway, I was able to save someone, so I am sure Nadia will praise me once I get back. Damn it, I would have totally forgotten. Grandfather never taught me the right path to take. I am feeling worse and worse too, since the rain has not been letting up for the first few days. Nadia must be all alone even while I am wandering around like this. I ended up making my wife feel lonely again. I am so pathetic. Back in present time, Duke thought, now I am even dreaming of her, and speaking of you, you must have gotten a scare when I disappeared without a word. I am sorry. I miss you. Nadia replied, I missed you too. Thank goodness you came too. Duke asked, wait, could this be? Is it really you, Nadia? Nadia replied, of course it's me. I came all this way to find you. Duke thought, an angel, but what are you doing here? Nadia replied, I heard you were stranded. I could not just sit on my hands, so I followed Jay and Gray out here. Duke said, I ordered them to protect you while I was away, yet they brought you into this dangerous situation. Nadia replied, no, I am the one who asked to join them. In fact, it's the two of them who are in danger right now. Then she told him the whole story. Duke stated, don't worry. Those two are excellent knights of the House of Staten. Let's go find them on dawn breaks. You should get some rest, Nadia spoke. Then what did we all write if I take my riding clothes off? It's uncomfortable because it got soaked. Duke thought, now that I think about it, if her clothes got soaked, her inner garments must also be. Nadia spoke, I just thought, since we have been apart for so long, you could hold me close, it's chilly in there. Then ask how are you feeling? If anything hurts, you have to tell me right away. It looks like you also got soaked in the rain. Should not you take your jacket off? Duke replied, I will take it off right now. Nadia asked, there is so much blood, what do we do? Duke replied, I am fine, it does not hurt at all. It's just a scrape from when I was saving the rookie, it will heal soon enough. I was able to save someone's life, so this is nothing but good fortune. Nadia said, good fortune. How can you say that? Duke replied, I am sorry. I am not used to other people worrying about me. I have been this way ever since my grandfather started raising me, and I became known as a beast. That's why it has never occurred to me that you would care about me this much. Nadia told him, I am proud that you saved someone in danger, but I can't praise you for that. Do you know how worried I have been? Duke replied, I promise I will never make you worry about me again. Nadia started kissing him, then said, be sure to get your wounds treated right away, and do not worry, Duke, I will take care of it. Duke shouted, no, you don't have to go that far, Nadia replied, but you are the patient here, and the truth is, I want to look after my husband myself. Duke replied, of course it is, do whatever you want, then thought, she is much smaller than me, so she will have more choice but to come close to me. Nadia spoke, I am sorry. It's just that your heartbeat got louder as I got closer. I could not help myself because I was curious, Duke replied. No, there is no need to apologize. This body is yours anyway. Then he thought, I am not making any sense. I am acting like a fool in front of her. Nadia started laughing and said, I feel more relaxed now that I am with you. I was scared when bandits came after me. They tried to tie me up with a rope or something. Duke said, the ones who attacked you may not have been bandits. They are the remnants of Eames, was behind this. They were a ducal family who rebelled against the empire. They have been wiped out, but I will never forget their name, because they are the ones who killed my parents. Nadia asked, I want to hear more about it. What was your childhood like? Duke then told her the whole story of how they kidnapped his mother, and his father went after them to save her, but the news came that both of them died. Then my grandfather took me in once they passed away, but he was an eccentric man. To be honest, I never even imagined you would pass away too. Nadia asked, "How can you say such a sad story so calmly? You were only 6 years old. I wish I could hug the 6-year-old Duke who lost his parents." Duke said, "I used to hate being pitied, but if it's coming from you, it would be more than happy to be pitied by you." Then he said, "I don't know how to act in front of you. I am always careful not to scare you. And I am embarrassed from acting like a fool all the time. Yet I still can't believe someone as kind and beautiful as you is by my side. Ever since I met you, it feels like I am always in a dream." Then he said, "I am sorry, I just can't do this to you. I left for training because I kept having inappropriate thoughts around you, so I left to clear my head, and I don't want to scare you." Nadia stated, "There is no holding back. You are not the only one who has been having inappropriate thoughts. I have been waiting for you every night. And this time I thought I would make the first movie. So how about we try something else?" Like this video. Hit the like button and subscribe for more videos.